It is time to create on black craft plastic. This is a 12 by 12 craft plastic sitting on a Lazy Susan over a piece of plexiglass. And I'm going to be using one color, and that is white today. So this is going to be a black and white piece. I'm just going to load my 2-inch soft bristle brush with white paint and just begin applying the paint in a cross-like motion to my craft plastic. Now I do need some water for this, so let me grab that. I should have done that first, but I can do that right now. You can use pour paint, which is a lot more fluid, or you can use paint and water. This is just acrylic white, titanium white paint. This is the Arteza brand, but it could be any brand. And I'm just going to apply that right over my black because I'm actually going to be having two colors today. One is my background from my black and the other is the white. So today's process will be removing paint. We won't be adding paint. We will be removing it to get our design. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to be working on the background using, look at this. This is just the plastic packing. It's not packing peanuts anymore. It's packing air bags that Amazon and other companies use. So they're easy to get a hold of and readily available if you like to order things like I do. And you can just use them here as a stamp. You can use them all kinds of different ways to make different designs. I'm just using as a stamp pattern. It's great for making collage papers too. If you're into that, it makes this really cool print. Now I'm going to be taking my 1-inch soft bristle brush now and begin removing some paint for a very simple design. I'm just going to be making a flower today, but I'm going to let you watch what I do. I'm just going to very quickly, and this is a very quick process because you do need to move quickly because the paint is going to remain wet. So if it dries, we're going to have to add water, and if it dries too much, then it's over. So this is a very quick process when you do this, and I will have to wipe my brush. But right now I'm just kind of getting the feel to the flower that I am making and changing the direction of the wet paint from the background that I just created. If you like instant gratification, this is the kind of painting for you because you can move so quickly and make so many cool designs. I'm just shaping what my petals are going to look like right now, making them a little bit rounder using my brush. Different brushes give you different kinds of designs. You can also work with balloons as your brush or silicone. I have all kinds of ideas on my channel on how to work and use the paint. I think I've got a pretty good feel for the outline of my flower now. Now I'm going into the middle with a clean brush and I am removing paint. Let me stress to you, this is a removal of paint. I am not adding black paint. I am removing the existing white paint. So if you've seen my other videos, then you will understand this process. I am just moving outward with my brush and getting rid of the white paint and revealing the black underneath. You can kind of see that already in the petals. And then I can just smooth that out, round that out. Now I'm doing a simple flower, but you can do very intricate designs using this removal technique, and you can add multiple colors. But here again, I'm just using black and white and just moving my strokes outward, and you can see that's already very much looking like a flower. And today I'm going to be showing you a few different iterations of the same flower, how you can change things up to make it look different, and just using this one color of paint. I have to admit, sometimes I can spend a long time refining, but as I said before, I am on limited time. Once this dries, it's going to be a problem. So I will move the paint around quite a lot, but I need to move on. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the middle and just open that back up just a little bit, again, with just a wet, clean brush. And then we'll just draw a stem on this so we know it's a flower. And that's just removing that white paint, and there we go. Now I can remove as much paint as I want to and show as much black as I want to. And I will show you here in a minute what this looks like if you remove more paint. But of course, you can just stop right here and not do a lot more. If you've taken too much paint away, you can always add it right back in again with your dirty brush, or move some of the paint from the outside in. Now it's going to look like a very fuzzy flower, a little more ethereal flower. We're not going to leave it like this. we're going to keep on working with it. You can also add some white paint back in here. I'm just going to add some highlights in with the white paint. Normally I remove, but I just want you to see that you can have so many different shades with just this one color. Now I think I'm not really into the fuzzy middle, so I'm just going to remove some of it with a wet brush. I'm just going to take that right back off again. You don't need that. That makes it look a little bit better. And I'm also going to just take off a little bit from the stem. Kind of gives it a little bit of highlight. Now this is a fan brush, and I'm just going to fan up a little bit of that white and just give it a little bit of texture. I had way too much texture before. Okay, this isn't bad. So I'm just going to give it just a little bit of texture. There we go. I'm liking that a lot better. Now I'm just going to smooth out my petals just a little bit and make them a little bit more cohesive. Got some kind of stray marks going on, and I need to get rid of those. So it's just a process of cleaning this up just a little bit. And here we go. This is what I have for my first iteration. You can see it's very wet, so we've maintained the water throughout. And I'm going to continue to change this to morph it a little bit. You can get really fancy with the middle if you want to and add a lot of detail. I'm just going to hurry this along so you can see what it looks like if you're adding paint into the middle. It looks something like this. Not the cleanest I've ever done, but you definitely can get the texture in the middle. And then you also can use something like this silicone paintbrush, and you can get a bad case of the stripes here in this flower and add a lot more detail. And I'm just going to quickly show you how that's going to look. I really do love these silicone pointer tools. They're actually nail tools, but they have silicone ends, and they're sometimes called silicone brushes for that reason. And they make it so easy to remove paint. Now, I am starting to see an issue with this, especially on the left side. I have some drying going on, meaning that it is just too dry to remove the paint. So what do you do if it's too dry like this is to remove the paint? Well, you can add water back in. I can spray a little bit of water here, but that's probably not going to work. It's just too dry, and if I'm not careful, then I will pretty much dissolve my paint. It is acrylic paint. So I'm just going to take a wet paintbrush and go over the one petal. Because of the way I made this, I am able to go back in and add some water and then turn around and remove, or in this case, stripe my petal. And since our paint is dry, here is what we end up with for the third little iteration of our striped flower. And there's the first one, which was just simple and fuzzy, and the second one, which had the crazy middle, and then here's the stripe one. I added just a little yellow in the middle. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos, check out these videos with more on this technique. Bye now.